Hello, guys. Welcome one more time to another book review. My name is Juan, and here I am with my friend Xenia. Xenia, say hello.
Hi, I'm Xenia.
So today we're actually going to be doing a quick review about Mark Manson's first book. So this book sold over 3 million copies worldwide. You guys might have seen it somewhere. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I mean, the title alone sounds very provocative. It's not just... But there's more to a book. I mean, we cannot just judge a book by its cover. It's actually one of these books. I mean, it became a international bestseller because it talks about it's self-help in like the modern times.
Yeah.
And we're just going to be giving you a couple of reasons why we think that you might find this book really interesting. And Xenia, you actually finished reading this book not too recently. So tell me, what did you think?
So this book was really a game changer for me because it talks a lot about values, and I'm all about values, like creating the awareness around the values you're having and you're living by is really something that helps you to live a fulfilled and a happy life. And that's basically what the book is about. It says you cannot not give a fuck, so you have to decide what you give a fuck about. And that's so true. It's like you will always care about things, but you have to choose which things you're caring about and which metrics you're using in your life to measure if you're successful. Because there are so many definitions in our society about how you live a successful life. But in the end, it's like different for all of us, and we need to find a way where we are happy and choose the right values and metrics to do so. And that's what I really loved about that book. And it's written like the cover title and the cover already say. It's really provocative, and I really love that because that's what we need in our society. More people that just say what they think and like don't really care if other people like it or not, but just say it how it is.
Did a review previous to this video about the Who Moved My Cheese. And while this is not a short read per se, like you mentioned, Xenia, the way it was written is just easier to read, right? It's not, there isn't a lot of like fancy words, you know, only some sophisticated jargon in here. It gets the point.
Yeah.
One of the ideas that I got from this book was basically that regardless of what you choose to do in life, whether to follow, you know, to go to college or to go to start a business venture, you're choosing to do something with your life. And it will not always just be rainbows and birds singing. You're choosing actually a problem, whether you realize it or not. So whether in us, because we are all about living the entrepreneurial lifestyle, that sounds very exotic, very nice and everything, but it also comes with some challenges that people don't always talk about. And that's what this book points out to. So the entrepreneurial life is like, yes, you don't necessarily have a boss per se, but then that also means you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined about what you need to do because there's no one telling you what to do.
No.
And that's a problem that we're choosing, and that goes with anything. So we're always choosing a problem, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah, and that's also one point I really loved about the book, because like everyone thinks like, oh, I have that problem, and everyone who like chose maybe the opposite has no problem because like they chose the opposite. But that's not true. Like with everything you're choosing, it doesn't matter. For example, as a woman, it doesn't matter if you choose to have a family and being full-time with your family, if you choose to be a business owner and being full-time with your business, if you choose to have a career, it doesn't matter if it's a business or corporate career, and a family, if you just choose, it doesn't matter. You will always have problems and there will always be struggles in every area of your life, but you have to choose which struggle is it worth it for me to go for it and to push through. For example, for me, it's like really important to have that entrepreneurial freedom So I choose the pain points or the problems of this entrepreneurial life, but I'm totally happy with it. Sure, there are moments where I feel sad and depressed and whatever. That's normal. We all have that. But I'm aware that I chose this willingly and that I have the benefits are more for me than the problems. But we all have to make that decision. And that was really a key takeaway. And also the what another really important thing, and I also talked a little bit on that, was choosing the metrics and the values we have in life and we live or judge our success by. That's also a point where I was like, yeah, that's so true, because I see so many people like not knowing why they feel unhappy or unsuccessful. It doesn't matter in which area of your life. And that's because they're not aware of their values and they don't really choose it and maybe change the metrics, how they see life and how they measure these things.
I see. Okay, I missed that one point. That's good. I mean, you just recently read the book too. I read this a while back. I had to reread it, and I kind of just looked for my books. Okay, thank you for reminding me that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
And then another thing that's also interesting. I mean, we're just giving you lots of reasons to read this book, basically.
Yeah.
So how were you saying we're trying to avoid problems, right?
Yeah.
And that's just basically what this book is saying is, well, you can't avoid the problems. Just choose good problems to have. It's like a different perspective, right?
For yourself. I like, there are no good problems, but you can choose the right problems for yourself.
Yeah, like the problem of not enough money and too much money.
Yeah, they're both problems.
They're both problems. Yeah, so which one would you like to have? It's man, I'd much rather have that problem. And one of the examples that they used in this book was the example with the rock star. Because I don't know about you, Sanya, I when I was young, yes, I was going through that phase where I wanted to be a rock star myself. And I would actually go out in the street, take my keyboard and play just because I loved it. But then, I realized, man, I'm like always just taking my piano on the street to play. And then rock stars have to do this like almost, on a not a daily basis, but very often. They cannot spend time at home with their family sometimes. And that's a problem to have. Yes, living the lifestyle of a rock star is amazing, but it's a problem. You're not always home. So that's like the things that you need to remind yourself, hey, that's the price.
Yeah, and to stick with that example from that book, they also said that there were this one guy who became, or a few people from that band who became rock stars, and the other person did not. But the person who didn't was happier in the end than the ones who became the rock stars, because they were chasing that dream. But the metrics and the values they were having, once they reached that point, they were not satisfied and happy. And the person who were not reaching that success and had the life everyone would think everyone wants, he was having the values, or changed his values of to family and spending time with family and making the core value around family and connection. And he was more happy than the ones who reached their dream. And that's so important, that just because we reach something we think we want or society tells us is good will not necessarily make us happy.
Yeah, totally. And then you also just get happy by solving problems, not by avoiding them, basically.
Yeah, that's
mic drop right there.
Yeah, that
was it really is like that. So guys, Mark Manson, that's the name of the author. That is his first book. He came up with another book as well, which is Everything's Fucked. We could probably
do that in the future too.
Absolutely. It's just as amazing. And he actually came up with a third book after that. but this one's more about dating, because he's not actually a self-help author. He is more of he started with this website where he talks about relationships, and then eventually he's like, okay, a lot of people are asking me how to deal with problems, so let me write a book about it. So there's that for people who are also into that. So we hope we liked the review. If you got something from this review, please let us know down in the comments. Just share it with someone that you think might need this book as well. We would love to hear from you guys. And Sania, thank you for reminding me about that tip, man. See, this is why I like doing reviews with other people that like the same book as I do. We can kind of fill each other in the gaps.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty to like reading books is the one thing, but really actively to talk about them and discuss about them gives you new perspectives, even about the book you just read, and also like how you can adapt that in your life. And that's why I love that we do these book reviews together. And guys, if you like this review, hit the subscribe button, and we see each other in our next book review.
Exactly. So, well, you cannot miss any more of this. These golden nuggets you're going to be getting from all of this. So guys, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Senia, as always, thank you.